Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. Nice 9-race card to kick off the week on Thursday. We got a new track announcer this weekend, Liam Molinaro. He's going to give you the track changes and weather condition.
We are off the turf today. Race number 1 will be on the Tapeta. The main track is fast. It's partly cloudy today here at Gulfstream at the temperature of 85 degrees. In race number 1, scratch the number 3, Flower Bomb. And they're off. And a slow start for the first-time starter, Spicy Princess, as Spinelli dashes out from the outside, goes right out for the front end. Racing in second there is Les Sunshine. Another gap of 3. Back to Authentic Guitar, who's racing on the inside of Backring Buzz. Spicy Princess takes that 5th spot, and well at the back is Tap Tap Coco. They run into the far turn. Spinelli's on top by 2. Les Sunshine's keeping that 2nd spot. Backring Buzz is 3rd. And then towards the inside, Authentic Guitar is getting shuffled back. Spicy Princess is up in a 4th, still has 5.5 to make up. And well at the back is Tap Tap Coco. They come to the top of the lane. It's still Spinelli with the lead. Les Sunshine set down for the drive on the outside here. Spicy Princess trying to come with a rally too, but a furlong left to go. Spinelli's going to be tough to catch. Spinelli and Edgar Zayas, they're up by 4 lengths coming down to the 16th pole. Backring Buzz is 2nd. Spicy Princess running on for a minor, but it's all about Spinelli. Spinelli's your winner. Backring Buzz 2nd. Spicy Princess up for 3rd. Close for 4th, either Authentic Guitar or Les Sunshine. Final time, 56 and 1. And they're off. Bravo Kitten broke last. Byroney's out on top. Here's Humor Sense coming to join. Eloper has some speed along the inside. And we come back to Good Bright Flames, who's racing in 4th along the fence. Humor Sense is racing 4th at this stage, and then it's Allen's in between runners. Out on the far side, then comes Play Free Bird. Down towards the inside, Bravo Kitten is racing just inside of Cosi. The 2 at the back are Sal's Dream Girl and Mia More. They swing around the clubhouse turn. It's Byroney on top narrowly here. Racing in 2nd is Humor Sense. Eloper's 3rd towards the inside. Allen's the gray is tucked in between in 4th. Cosi is up on the outside 5th. The opening quarter up on the board 23 and 4/5 seconds. Down towards the inside, Good Bright Flames is tucked just inside of the favorite Bravo Kitten. They've made a gap of another 2 back to Mia More, who's racing at the back with Sal's Dream Girl and Play Free Bird. The half's up in 47 and 1 as they run into the far turn. Byroney has a narrow lead here. Humor Sense is still 2nd. Allen's is shaken up for more 3rd. Elopers come out of the whip in 4th as Bravo Kitten's picking off horses is all the way up into 4th. Cosi's under a drive. Mia More making up ground. And then it's Good Bright Flames as they come to the quarter pole. Byroney's the one to reel in. Byroney still on top. Allen's 2nd. Bravo Kitten's gliding up. His 3rd is within a length and a half of the top. Humor Sense is weakening at the fence as they come to the top of the lane. Allen's has the lead. Allen swings off the turn in front. Bravo Kitten down the center, and here's Mia More. Mia More is now striking the front with a furlong left to go. Back to 2nd is Allen's. Bravo Kitten's beaten in 3rd. It's Mia More coming to the line in front. Mia More is a 2.5 length winner. Allen's was 2nd. Bravo Kitten 3rd. Blanket finish for 4th. Looks like Play Free Bird in 143 and 1.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes race at the Spa for the third straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And Theroff. Italian Symphony breaks out on top. Haberdashery is flashing some early speed as well. And from the far outside, Federal Exchange. Federal Exchange crosses over for a shareless lead. Haberdashery blast radius towards the inside. Italian Symphony's racing in fourth. Only about a length and a half cover these first four. Secret Lovers then racing in fifth. And well at the back is Things Are Getting Hairy. They race up onto the main track. It's blast radius up the inside with a narrow lead. Haberdashery in between, and Federal Exchange is on the far side. Italian Symphony is then racing in fourth. Secret Lover still towards the inside fifth, and the distant trailer is Things Are Getting Hairy. 24 and 4/5 seconds that opening quarter as they run into the far turn past the half-mile pole. Blast radius is opened up a length and a half. Federal Exchange is racing second. Secret Lovers all the way up into third. Haberdashery's losing ground as Italian Symphony advances 3 wide. And still at the back is Things Are Getting Hairy. 2.5 furlongs from home. It's blast radius on top. Federal Exchange is shaken up for more now in second as Secret Lovers back to third. Here's Italian Symphony gliding up as they come to the quarter pole. Blast radius. Torres has yet to ask blast radius for anything as they come to the top of the lane. Secret Lover switches out into the 2-path. Federal Exchange down the center. They're coming to the furlong pole. Blast radius has opened up 4 on Secret Lover, who's trying to close in second, but it's all about blast radius. Past the 16th, he's in cruise control. Blast radius going to score easily here at 7-5. Won it by 5. Secret Lover second. Things Are Getting Hairy all the way to get third. Fourth went to Federal Exchange in 137 flat. And Theroff. Willingness breaks out on top. Country Slews also flashing some early speed. Noble Tiger is racing in that third spot. Down along the inside comes Will of a Warrior. Tucked in between runners there is First Shot Fired, and Dixie Preach is content to trail as they go into the first turn. Compact group of 6 here as they swing around the clubhouse turn, separated only by 4 lengths. Country Slews come away with the lead, 3 parts of a length to Willingness, who's back to second. Noble Tiger's third up on the outside. And then it's First Shot Fired, who settles down comfortably in that 4th spot. Dixie Preach just to the outside of that one. And the early trailer is Will of a Warrior. They're onto the backstretch run. Country Slew still up top. A hard-held Noble Tiger's racing in second now as Willingness is back to third. Dixie Preach is racing in fourth. First Shot Fired along the inside is at the back with Will of a Warrior. 26 and 2 was that opening quarter. As they head down the far side of the track, Country Slews up top by a length and a half. Half's up in 51 and 2. Noble Tigers racing in second. Willingness is along the inside. Yet to be asked for anything is 4.5 off the top. As Dixie Preach takes third. Will of a Warriors come under a drive. And First Shot Fired trails the field. They round the far turn 1/4 mile from home. Country Slew is now under heavy pressure here. Noble Tiger takes that lead away. Noble Tiger heading Country Slew coming to the top of the lane. Dixie Preach is third. Now Willingness is getting into the race. So too Will of a Warrior, who fans out 5 wide for the drive. They're off the turn. Country Slew up for a short lead. Noble Tiger in between. Dixie Preach is hitting top gear in the center. Any 3 can win it coming down to the 16th, but Dixie Preach is now edging away. Country Slew battles along the inside, but Dixie Preach won it. Country Slew was second. Noble Tiger was third. Close for 4th in 142 flat. And they're off. Fairly even start. Last Shall Be First is flashing some early speed. Here from the far outside, Back in Business crosses over for a share of this lead, and Back in Business leads him onto the main track. Last Shall Be First is racing in second down along the inside. Catalina Storm's just outside of that one. And then it's Tap Tap Russ who's racing in fourth. Theos Thunder's fifth, about 4 off the lead at this stage. Coming through along the inside there is First Flash of Moon, who's 3.5 in front of the late running Give Me Options, who trails the field. They head down the backstretch through a 25-2 opening quarter. It's Back in Business up top by about 2. Last Shall Be First is still racing in second. Theos Thunder's third. Catalina Storm's right to the outside of that one now. First Flash of Moon has advanced all the way into third at the fence. And then we come back to Tap Tap Russ, and Give Me Options is about 20 lengths last as they round the far turn. Back in Business tries to get away from the field. Is up top by a length and a half. Last Shall Be First is under a drive second. First Flash of Moon still has 4 to make up, has come under a ride. And then it's Catalina Storm who's fourth as they come to the quarter pole. Back in Business still up top. Last Shall Be First is trying hard to get by. And then it's First Flash of Moon third. Catalina Storm still fourth. Theos Thunder towards the inside. They're off the turn. Back in Business has the lead. He's being asked for his best now past the 3/16. Last Shall Be First up for a short lead past the 8th pole. And then it's First Flash of Moon. Catalina Storm is storming home down the center. A wild finish here. Last Shall Be First has the lead. Theos Thunder closing late. Last Shall Be First. Theos Thunder. Last Shall Be First. Got it. Theos Thunder was second. Catalina Storm up for third in 140 flat.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And they're off. Slow start for Royally Blue, who's at the back. Warda quickly away from the inside. Rotown's flashing some early speed. Oh, Darlin as well from in between. And on the far outside, Drumroll as they line up on the lead. They head down the backstretch. It's Warda with a narrow lead here. Rotown's racing in second. Oh, Darlin takes that third spot. Broadry's asked to go along the inside with Drumroll, who's then racing in fifth. And at the back is Royally Blue. 22-1 that opening quarter. Warda gets away 2.5 from Rotown, who's come under a drive in second. Drumroll's up in a third. Broadry's at the fence fourth. O'Darlin's losing ground in between, and Royally Blue's going to have to pass them all as they come to the top of the lane. Warda is the one they have to reel in. Rotown's in that second spot still. Here's Drumroll, who comes out for the drive. Royally Blue is closing late up the fence. A furlong left to go. It's Warda. Can he see out the final furlong? Up the inside, Royally Blue. Rotown down the center. It's Royally Blue in the late stages who gets up, scores going away by 3. Warda was second. Rotown third, close for fourth. Final running time 1:02.3. And they're off. Cajun Anthem blasts out of gate 5 and goes right out for the front end. From the inside, Cajun Expectations being hustled for speed as well. And Legata Salvaje is right there third. Kiss Cam to the outside now takes that third spot away from Legata Salvaje, who's relegated back to fourth. And then it's For the Thrill, who's racing along the inside fifth. Mean to Me advances outside of that one. And the distant trailer well at the back is Pola of Trouble. 22-2 that opening quarter. It's Cajun Expectation up top, a length and a half. Cajun Anthem is ranging up though in second, with Kiss Cam who's third. Down towards the inside, For the Thrill takes fourth. And then it's Mean to Me. The favorite still has 6 to make up as they pass the quarter pole. Cajun Anthem onto the top of the stretch with the lead. The two Cajuns are battling it out past the 3/16. Cajun Anthem by Cajun Expectation. And then it's For the Thrill towards the inside. Kiss Cam down the center. Mean to Me's trying to close. But deep stretch, it's Cajun Anthem with the upper hand. Cajun Anthem and Yolbert Torres coming to the line. They're going to win it by about 2. Second went to For the Thrill. Kiss Cam was third. Photo for fourth. Final running time, 105 flat.
They're off.
And Theroff, Pucaro's dude, breaks out on top. Torches Past is running second. Bound for Trouble right to the outside, though, takes that second spot. Santal down towards the inside is racing in fourth. And here's Adamani up to the outside. And the early trailer then is Nashumi as they charge into the far turn. Bucaro's dudes on top by 2. Torches Past is running second. Bound for Trouble is third. Then it's Santal along the inside, fourth. Adamoney's urged to go along in fifth. And Nashumi's at the back. 22 flat that opening quarter. Bucaro's dude trying to take him all the way. Torches Past, though, is breathing down his neck in second. Bound for Trouble's third. Santal's relegated back to fourth. As they come to the top of the lane, Torches Past. Torches Past is the one they have to reel in now, coming to the top of the lane. There's a room up the fence for Santal, if good enough. Bucaro's dudes called it a day. Here's Bound for Trouble down the center. A furlong left to go. It's still Torches Past up top. Nashumi's closing late, but Torches Past has it won. Torches Past by about a length and a half. Bound for Trouble second. Adamoney late for third. And 103-1. They're in the gate. And they're off. And a fairly even start. Catalytic from the outside is flashing some early speed. Beastly Speed along the inside is right there as well. Lasso is running in that third spot. Who's the King is in between runners. And then it's Five Eyes on Sky Stars, who's at the back of the pack with the Thor. Only about 3.5 lengths covers them as they charge onto the main track. Beastly Speed has a narrow lead, up top by 3 parts of a length. Who's the King's racing second. Catalytic has a nice trip in third. And then it's the Thor, who comes along the inside to be fourth. Lasso is up on the outside. And the trailer is Five Eyes on Sky Stars. 24 and 3/5 seconds was that opening quarter. It's still Beastly Speed up top. Who's the King is second. Catalytic on the outside third. The Thor starts to get urged a little bit along the inside. And then it's Lasso who's fifth with Five Eyes on Sky Stars shaking up for more at the back. 47 and 3/5 seconds for the half mile. As they round the far turn, Beastly Speed, Who's the Kings come under a ride. Catalytic yet to be asked for his best. Zayas just took a peek as they come to the quarter pole. Catalytic right to the outside of Beastly Speed. Then it's Who's the King starting to drop back as they come to the top of the lane. Beastly Speed has the lead. Catalytic right up to his outside, though it's these two past the 3/16. Catalytic trying to get by Beastly Speed with a furlong left to go. And then it's Lasso running on late, but Catalytic's edging away past the 16th, and Catalytic will break that second streak. He's a winner today, won it by 3. Second was Beastly Speed. Lasso was third. The Thor finished fourth. Final time, 1:36 and 1.
And that wraps up the Thursday card. We're back on Friday with a 9-race card, but we got coast-to-coast action with Santa Anita all weekend long. So we got the coast-to-coast. We got great racing Friday, Saturday. Of course, Saturday, the Belmont Stakes. You can watch and wager on it right here. Boy, you got to be at Gulfstream Park.